and an arm.
Oh, Suna's there.
But they don't have the answer in the starting rotation. They don't.
No.
And that's why they have to use it.
I think the board is bigger than that. I think they should. And I don't know if I know they're prospect based, but when it comes to being able to move an asset for something now, do they have enough for two solid starters, like a 1 and a 3 or 1 and a 2?
And God bless him, you can't trust Estrada either. He's been great, but can you really trust that guy to be a solid starter on this team?
I think so. I think we've seen enough from him, Ken.
Last
2 months.
I would say, I mean, he's been good, and it's been only, but can you trust him more?
As a fifth starter?
As a fifth starter, yeah, but sure. I don't think, I mean, I think they look for two starters. I think they should look for a front of the line guy, and then you run the old Dickey, Burley, Hutchison, and then if it's Estrada at the 5 spot, so be it.
Right.
But and you hope those young arms can be great.
Big time, Toledo, Cole Hamels, whoever it is, you need to get that big time guy here.
You don't have to stop her in that rotation. You don't need anything in the bullpen.
You have that internally. You got to go out there and use those resources.
Yeah,
you know what? I've seen enough too. It's funny how the Major League Baseball season works. You've got question marks and some of the failings at the start of the year. The Castros or the Norrises, and Norris struggled mightily in the last start of the 2 before.
Well, if you look at some of the pitchers in the Blue Jays bullpen, like you look at Castro and Osuna, those two guys, I have been so impressed with the Blue Jays young pitchers. Castro and Osuna, those guys have impressed me. Daniel Norris, he's still green. I still think he needs experience down the minors so he gets his stuff right. So he's more polished than John Cameron back up. And he's throwing strikes. He's still a rookie. Billy Osuna and Castro, those guys can come in and they can those two guys are way more better pitchers than R.A. Dickey. R.A. Dickey, yeah, what he's good for is just throwing a knuckleball. I would move R.A.D. or just let him go. What R.A.D. is good for is just his knuckleball pitch.
He was terrific. Castro, he didn't have an easy go of it. No one's talking about Pompey. People want Pompey. There's a lot of teams out there.
Juarez playing?
Who cares? Yeah.
And Devin.
Yeah, I know you're all about Ryan Goins, but Devin Travis is a guy I'm not ready to go, not anymore. After watching what he's done since you remember how good he is. Oh, okay. He's off the second baseman in the Toronto Blue Jays for years to come.
Anyway, Jays Tigers, they go down tonight. They open up a 3-game set down in New York, in Detroit, pardon me. 7 p.m. Sportsnet by tonight. You can watch it on Sportsnet as well. And again, only one game out. Boom. Light it up.
At the bottom of the board. Well, the Calgary Stampede is on Sportsnet at 10 p.m.
Oh.
That's what it says. We have a board that gives us all the things on different Rogers properties so we can pump it. Anyway, moving away from that, it's interesting to see how free agency, and it's exciting watching free agency or signings day. They call it signings day? What was it, signing season? Is that what you called it? Elliot?
Is there?
Yeah, we're there. Sorry, Ryan Mond, his greasy fingers messed up the board.
For eating a hot dog a day, I bet.
Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? Apparently, did you see the Overman thing, by the way?
Yeah, I watched it. I really like his work, so I watched it. I've always looked at it this way, look, Castle was as polarizing as it's gotten here in a long time. The one thing I've always, and it happens a lot, and it's not only that particular article, but I've never been like a huge fan of just destroying a guy on the way out. The guy's gone, let him go.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking, of course, of an article, local sports writer who will go nameless because I find him to be a bit of a hack job. But,
actually, Steve and I are good friends. We've been good friends for a long time. So, I mean, it's just, like, for me, it's like, it happens, like, you see almost every trade, good or bad. Like, no, in Toronto, it happens in a lot of places. I just, to me, it's like, I've always felt like, he's not the only guy who's ever done it. I've done it before once, and I remember just feeling, after it was over, I kind of just felt myself like, you know what, like, the guy's gone, let him go.
Yeah. Well, and just to read, you and I can still be friends if we have a difference of opinion over mutual friends, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. Anyway, so I find him to be a hack job and he's your friend. But at the same time, he does an article, and just to give people perspective, does an article really eviscerating Phil Kessel and making fun of his weight and him having a hot dog a day, and Keith Olbermann on worst person of the day or whatever it is, the worst. This guy is the worst, and he really did unload on his, and you know what? Be that as it may, I mean, opinion's opinion, and it polarizes people. That's what makes people feel something and be compelled to say something or do something, right?
So, absolutely. I mean, and part of it is no question that, we're a big media town now, and you want to, it happens to all of us, right, Dean? Like, you want to do something that gets yourself noticed. You want to have, like, a different...
What are you saying? What are you saying, Elliot?
Nothing in particular. And you want to have a different opinion, and that happens.
Sure.
But, yeah. But like I said, I think, like, I remember I did it once.
Do you remember the context?
Well, actually, it's interesting. I did it kind of when Kessel got traded here from Boston. I spoke to several Bruins about it, and there were a couple guys who said good things about him. I remember that there was one guy in particular who said about Kessel, because he'd gone through obviously a cancer scare when he was early in his career with the Bruins, and they said that when they needed someone in Boston to go to like a children's cancer ward or anything like that, Kessel never said no, and he was always the guy who did it. And that was but a lot of other guys said just really rough things about him. I actually tempered it a bit, but I remember when I wrote it, like somebody came to me from the Bruins, a third team or a fifth teammate that I hadn't spoken to, and he said to me, not a big Kessel guy, but like, why do you guys need to do that? Like he said to me, why is it like a guy leaves and people say things about him, and I just never understood. And I remember being really struck by that particular opinion, and I think you could probably find the old blog on the internet like 6 years ago when he got traded here. And I just remember thinking that a lot, and I've always kind of tempered my stuff since then, because I've just never seen a need a guy leaves just to destroy him on the way out.
But one of the things, and listen, the high road is sometimes harder to do, and we're in the business